I am here to share some cards with you and some different techniques. I have a couple of shaker cards. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I made those, and then I have a couple other Valentine's Day cards, and I want to show you some sparkly hearts that I made. So I've made a few. Oh, I don't even have this one. Let me grab it. This was my first one that I made. And I love the way that it came out, except for my little sparkly hearts in there don't shake because these are wood veneers, and I used some really thin foam back behind here, so while it looks really cute and I do like the way that it came out, it doesn't shake because the wood veneers are thick. So you would need to use thicker foam if you were going to do that. And then these are a little shaker tag that I made, and it has all different types of clear hearts in there, as well as some red sequins. And then this one just has red sequins in it. And this trim is from Laura. Thank you, Laura. I don't hoard much at all. I try to use what I have. You never know what tomorrow brings. But it has taken me a lot to cut into this trim, and I absolutely love it. I think it is the most beautiful trim in my stash. So I used a little piece of it. So what I'm using for foam are these self-adhesive, this is the little cover that came with it. They're 6x9 adhesive back foam sheets. And this came in a multicolor pack, which is great because you can kind of coordinate the foam color behind your die cut. And the thickness is really working pretty well. I think if I were to use the sparkly wood pieces, I might need to use 2 pieces of the foam, or maybe not. I haven't tried that yet. So those are, I'm going to tell you how I made this little heart in a minute. So that's the foam I'm using, and so far I'm really liking it. And what I want to do is I cut out, here's another one I made. This one I didn't line the foam up quite accurately enough, so that was like a learning one. But you can make these and adhere them to any project that you want. And you can use big dies or small dies. So let me just go over the tags real quick. I just have the sparkly hearts. I used 2 different size Sizzix hearts to cut this one out. This love is with a new die that I am in love with, no pun intended. It's this small little steel cut die. I absolutely love it. This is thick glittered cardstock, almost like chipboard cardstock. And it just cuts it out beautifully. And I adhered this on here with my Zig 2-way pen, glue pen, which worked so much better than I thought it was going to. I just put some glue on the bottom and put it on there. Little, you know, when you first use a die, I have to get something to fix this. When you first use a die, the little black pieces come out of the die, and I guess I didn't get them all off because I have one glued in there. Okay, so I just added some little sequins down there and just backed it to some heavy-duty green cardstock. And so this one, I used Martha Stewart punch. I have a set of Valentine's Day stamps, and I just embossed that on there. You can see my Wink of Stella's back because I outlined all of the papers. Now these little hearts, I used again my Zig pen after I inked them and dipped them in glitter, and it really kind of helps camouflage the foam and allows it to blend in. And you can see the foam a tiny bit, like if you tip it, but when you're looking at it straight on, you can't. And then this one on the inside, I used these little lawn fawn. I was dying to try them out, so I used them on this little piece of paper to make the inside of that card. So kind of let me show you all the pieces. Oh, and here was another little love piece that I cut out of, I had paper already back to some chipboard, so I just ran that through. Alrighty, so here are my dies that I'm using. These are Sizzix dies, and they're meant to coordinate together. So you want to cut out one of your top pieces and then also cut that same one out of foam, and I put the adhesive side up. So I lay my foam down with the adhesive side up and then put my die down and run that through. And then you cut out of some type of acetate. You want to cut out the backing heart as well as your background. And so what I do is I would peel the adhesive off and adhere my heart on top of there. And now that's all sealed. So to adhere my top piece on there, I use my 1/8 inch score tape, and I put little pieces of tape around the edge. I take one of the little pieces off and line it up. And then I kind of peel this back and then peel off my other pieces, and so that I know it's lined up. If you have just one piece adhered down on the plastic and you get it adhered down wrong, it's pretty easy to take it off the plastic versus trying to get them all off. And then to adhere my foam, you're going to want to put your sequence or whatever you're using in there like this. I use the Scotch Quick Dry Glue, and I just outline my heart, put that on top of there. It dries really quickly. And then when you're done, you have your little shaker that will look something like this. And again, I did the same thing for, now you could do it right, you could back it right to your background here, but I like making them with their own backing, because you can make a bunch of them at once and then just, you know, have them sitting around ready to use on projects. So I don't know, you guys, I'm having so much fun making these. You should see the other side of my table. It is like just covered with Valentine's Day stuff. And if anybody has any more questions on that, I hope I was clear, let me know. I also want to show you these hearts. I made a whole bunch of these hearts. They're just the wood veneers that you get at any craft store. Oh, here they are. So, you know, they come in a little package like this. And what I did to make these, and they're so super sparkly, I just absolutely love them, is I take the wood veneer and I put a little bit of ink on it, and you can pretty much use any kind of ink. I typically use my either archival or memento ink. I think I use memento on these. I use the angel pink on this one. Let that dry a little bit, and then I use my Versamark, and then this is the sparkle, and I talked about this a little bit last week. This is the opaque sparkle from Recollections, and it does have embossing powder in it, so you heat set it. And it was easier to, I was saying before, it's hard to tell when this is set, but it was easier for me to tell. I could see it changing on the heart as it was setting. And then you get these absolutely beautiful sparkly hearts. I just love them. This heart I also went around the outside with some like clear glass glitter stuff that I had. It wasn't even marked. Yeah, some of my little hearts got stuck in this one too. I probably should have evened them out a little bit, but it still shakes. So I think that's it. Oh no, I have a couple other cards. And let's see. So I have this Valentine's Day card, and this is a stamp I have that I colored with watercolors. And then I used Anna Griffin embossing folder and embossed some hearts and put behind there. Tore the little edges and tucked some lace back in there. And this was just a little clay piece I had made that I found in my stash, and I paper pieced the little roses in the background. So that's that one. And then this one I made, you guys, I am so bad at following directions, it's awful. So My Favorite Things has a blog where they do a Wednesday stamp club, and you can they pick a $20 winner every week to go towards my Favorite Things purchase, I believe. So they have a sketch that you use as inspiration, and the sketch had a corner piece that was gone here, and then a strip, and then something over here. So I made this card. I really, really love it. I used the sparkly hearts and some doilies, and this was the paper that I had made. And this was a tilde flower and some trims. But it was supposed to have a stamp on it, and I got all done and realized, I didn't use a stamp. So I liked it the way it was, so I submitted it the way it was, and then for the next one I'll make sure I follow the directions. So yeah, those are the cards that I've been making recently and having fun with. I plan to do some more, but I just want to wish you guys a super great weekend. Enjoy. Bye-bye.